Hi, today I'm going to show you the Corgi ART500, which came out probably 3 years after the ART50. This machine can demount tires from 12 to 32 inches. Before to change any wheel, I will show you all the components of the machine. We have two pedals, one that controls the inflation gauge, which is right here, and that is your gauge. The other pedal is for the rotation of the turntable. As you can see, there are two speeds and one speed reverse. It's got the new style turntable, so it's a small one that gives me the chance to work all the time at the same level. Doesn't matter which wheel I'm working with. Of course, we have this pin, which is the one that goes in one of the lug nut holes. And we have the main handle, which locks into this turntable. Like that, down, and lock the wheel. As you can see, it has this kind of device, which when it folds in, half turn, and it's now locked. The machine comes with different cones, different protections. Of course, we have the main cone, which is this one, the most used. Then we have smaller cones, like these, used especially on the rims when they have the spokes coming out from the center. So in some cases, I might need to use this. Then I have bigger cones, which is used for light trucks or SUVs. Machine comes also with two different bead clips, which are the one that helps me to keep the bead into the drop center. We have this one and another one with a different shape that also has a spring and helps me to make the bead sliding into the drop center. Then we have the bead breaker post, which is this one. I have two bead breakers now. They are both controlled pneumatically. So, as you can see, I have this switch and this is the security switch. So if I hit this, nothing moves. I have first to release the securities, and now with this I can adjust the two bead breakers, so from 12 to 32 inches. Of course, they move together, as you can see. So I will need just to set the top one at the right distance from the rim, and automatically the bottom one will be exactly the same distance. We have these two switches which control the up and down movement of the two bead breaker, this for the top and this for the bottom. We have these two buttons which are the one that open the bead breaker roller to help it break the bead when it goes under the edge of the rim. So as you can see, if I press it now, it opens. When I go up, it just releases automatically. The same for the bottom one. I just go against the rim, press it, break the bead. When I come down, it releases. Last button on this unit is the switch for the leverless system. So you see when I flick this, you can see on the mount head, finger coming down or up. This switch just springs the arm inside, and then with the trigger, you see all the way back, the post goes up and it's free to move. Halfway, it starts coming down, so I can just hold it here, place it against the rim, and when I lock it, it just locks and it goes out and up a couple of millimeters, so I never touch the rim. And I can just open it again. And of course this setting will be good for the next 3 wheels. So after I set the bead breaker and after I set the mount head, everything will stay in the same position for the next 3 wheels. Then we have on this side, we have a lifter. As you can see, we have up and down pedal here. So very helpful, the lifter, especially when you have heavy off-road SUVs, wheels, which they are usually pretty heavy. Then we have this accessory, which is the articulating arm, that really helps when you have to mount low profiles, run flat, or wheels with a very deep drop center. So this one is just an up and down switch, and this little foot will keep the tire into the drop center. I will show you when we mount it on. Okay, now we can just grab our wheel. And you can see I have my lifter here, that really helps now. I'm going to place this pin in one of the lug nut holes, doesn't matter which one. This way I don't have to over tight with the handle, because that pin will keep it from slipping on the turntable. So down and lock it. Now first step will be to set the bead breaker distance. So I just go as close as possible to the tire. And again, with these two switches, as you can see, I can control a very small movement. I just go close to the edge, down, and now with the button I can open the roller and go right underneath the edge and start spinning. And always apply lube while I do this. Keep coming down. Make sure the bead is all unglued from the rim. Before to break the bottom bead, I'm already going to put the head on top of the rim. So again, just release it, it's now free. Go down, and I make sure this corner goes right on the edge of the rim. So just come down against it, and when I lock it, as you can see, it goes out and up. I'm now going to use the leverless system, so what I do, I just drop it, come up with this, and now we will have to break the bottom bead. So what I do is just come up with the disc. When I see the tire moving, I know it's against it. I can now open the roller, which goes right between tire and rim. Make sure it's all done. If needed, you can apply lube directly on the roller. The roller will bring the lube inside. Once I've done this, I just release the pressure with the bottom bead breaker and go up with the finger. It locks. Now I just need to spin. Top bead is out. Now to do the bottom bead, I'm going to use just the roller. So what I do, I just make sure it's free to move. I take this off all the way up with the top bead breaker. If I don't have enough room with this handle, I can just open it and take it off my way. Now the trick is always to keep it in the drop center at the opposite side of the bead breaker. So I will keep my left hand right here, come up with the bead breaker, and as you can see, as soon as I see the disc, I can open it, raise it a little more so I'm not touching the rim, and spin. Now, tire's off.